What's up, you guys? I hope you're doing very well. I hope you're having a very nice day, start of the week. Yeah, you can see it here. This is in the best of updates for this little project, the last project we worked on here on the channel. But this is, you know, something that's bound to happen with your projects every now and then. In this case, my cat was drinking from a fishbowl that I have over here, with plants and everything, and she always likes to drink from fish bowls, in particular fish bowls that contain, you know, plants and a fish or whatever. So I don't like her doing that. She has her bowl always full with fresh water, but she prefers, the fish bowls with plants and fish for some reason. I told you last time, I think. So anyway, she was there, and I was just like trying to shush her away or whatever. And when she did that, she did one of these little kicks that cats do, just to push themselves forward. And she kicked this little guy. Uh, it ended crashing against the wall or something that was in the way, and you can see that this is what happened. Yeah. So that's really unfortunate. The little guy that was planted in it, a little bald cypress or Montezuma cypress, is right here. So I'm still going to use that for maybe another build in the future. But now, I got all this other stones that I'm going to use for other projects. That's what happens with bonsai, with terrariums. Uh, you got to start over sometimes. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you. I'm going to put this to the side. I'm just going to use them for the stones that uh, we still have there. But I'm going to show you the two little containers that I'm going to use today. This one is the like a new addition to my container collection. If you're into terrariums, you'll find yourself having lots and lots of them. But you can see it's really cool. The size is nice and petite, and it's got its own little uh, what's it called? Cork cover, cork lid, right? And this one that also was destroyed by one of my cats months and months ago. It was featured here in the channel and it was planted like this. This one we're going to completely renovate, as you can see, no substrate or whatever. And we're going to, do exactly the same thing we did this last time. So it's not going to be a new video, but this one in particular it is. I plan to do both of them, and yeah, we'll see what comes out, right? So I got my substrate here. This is aquarium gravel, because this one in particular is going to be like a submerged, like a mini paludarium, if you will. And so this is the aquarium gravel that we're going to need to cover the garden soil, right? The garden dirt that we have here. So I'm going to try and pause the video because I want to make shorts for this one. Well, for both actually. And yeah, you'll see me adding the layers, and then in the end, we're going to have the finished product. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to add the first layer to both of them, which is, the substrate that contains nutrients, in this case, the gardening soil. Okay, so here we go. So the initial stage for both of them is completed. This one, it's just going to be gardening soil, very heavy on clay and organic matter, because I think it's going to be uncovered like this. I'm just going to have to water this more frequently, but this one, since it's going to be covered and most of it's going to be underwater, yeah, I'm gonna, I'm gonna use this layer of aquarium gravel so that the water doesn't become murky, and all of the nutrients from the gardening soil don't go out into the water and produce algae and whatnot. So the next step would be to add the rocks, and I have them right here. I'm going to use the same rocks from the previous project that the cats ruined. I have them here, and my idea for this little guy in particular, this for example, this is the only stone that I'm going to use for this one. Is going to be, like I said, an exact reproduction of the previous one, and this one, um, it's going to be my idea is to generate like a wall of rocks in a semicircle around a little plane here. That is, the little plane is going to be submerged, and we're going to have little mini bucephalandras, aquarium plants, and the top that's going to be made out of these little rocks that we have here is going to be covered in gardening soil and moss. So we'll see what happens. I think in the early videos of this channel, I made one that was very similar to that, and that also ended in tragedy. But we'll see what happens with this one. We'll see if it lasts long, or if I gift it to someone. Because terrariums, they can be pretty good gifts. You just got to tell the person you're giving it to how to take care of it, and it should be no problem, right? So semicircle of stones, bucephalandras, and moss on top. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. So here we go. So focusing a little bit more on this one now, we can see that now we build the little back wall that I was showing you about. And it's now in a semicircle, or almost semicircle, right? And now the next part entails covering this, well, not entirely, but a little bit of this semicircle with some gardening soil. So I think I'm going to add a little bit more stones now, and then I'm going to cover it. I'm going to try and have as much as a flat surface as possible. A little platform for the moss. But yeah, that's all that I'm going to do. And when it comes to this one, like I was saying in the previous um, stop that we had, it's just the rock, and then the last step will be to plant the moss. Yeah. So since I'm working on making a couple of shirts with these, you'll see this video is a bit choppy, but yeah, that's the next step. I'm gonna do this off camera, and then we'll come back to see what it looks like. Right. So here we go. So here it is. You can see that we got a nice little platform there, and I've already gone ahead and filled it up with the gardening soil. I think that's going to be a very, very good environment for the moss to grow in. Yeah. So this little meadow that I was telling you about at the beginning, is going to be planted. We're going to plant mini bucephalandras there, and the moss will be here, right? So for the other one, I just got to plant the moss, and I'm also going to show you how it look like when we finish. But now I'm just going to, continue with the process. Yeah, I'm going to plant the moss here. First, I'm going to fill it like halfway full with water, plant the bucephalandras, and then I'll plant the moss. If there's anything like interesting to talk about during that process, I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna pause what I'm doing, and I'm gonna start recording. Yeah, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that now, and show you what it looks like. Here we go. So here they are. This one, we managed to get it almost back to its original state. You can see that we got tons and tons of little patches of moss that I planted there. Like I was saying a couple of minutes ago, I'm gonna definitely have to wire this more often, but I think it looks kind of cool, right? I don't know if I mentioned this. Every time that I put like a upright stone in the middle, it reminds me of the Barrow Whites and the Barrow Downs from the Lord of the Rings. So this is somewhat of what I was going for in this little project. So this is the first one. We've seen this one before, and this is the other one. I'm quite pleased with the result, actually. You can see this is terrible lighting, but there we go. We can see that the little plants at the bottom are planted. We got a nice little patch of moss there. The wall, it's doing its job. Let's remove the lid so we can see inside. Focusing it. Oh, there we go. So, yeah, nice little build. Let's see how long it lasts with these two naughty kitties that we got home. So, anyway, guys, I hope you really like this project. If you come from my bonsai channel, please subscribe to this one. You will be really helping me out if you did. I'm gonna keep you posted on these little projects. I might do something with the little Montezuma cypress cutting that I planted on the other project. But yeah, I'll keep you posted if you have any doubts, comments, questions, anything. Drop them down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.